Hello everyone! So I'm here to share with you guys my TBR for Nonfiction November. I have been sitting on this TBR since the announcement day, because as soon as I saw the announcement of the nonfiction event of this year, I immediately did my TBR because I had books that were perfect for the words that we're giving. And then I just sat on it because I felt it was too soon to share it. But I saw that a couple of books did a video with the TBR, and that was the push I needed to also put my TBR out there. If you guys don't know, probably know if you are here, Nonfiction November is a month-long event where we celebrate all things nonfiction. And for you to get in the fun, you just have to read one nonfiction book. That's it. If you already usually read one nonfiction book and you want to read more, do it. There are also 4 words, kind of themes, but not themes, because you can just use them and in a way that is best for the books you want to read. But you don't have to use them. But this time I want to do this properly, and I want to use the words and find books that can be read under those words. Now, I'm only gonna commit to 4 books because things are a bit hectic and I'm not completely sure if I'm gonna be able to do much more. But my idea is to, during November, while I'm working and as I was open library, is to look for other nonfiction book during the time. So you're gonna see probably more nonfiction than this, but I'm just gonna commit to this for as my November TBR. So the words, let me get the words so I don't mess with it. The first word is time, and for that one I'm gonna read Necropolis, London and Its Dead, written by Catherine Arnold. And this is, as the title says, a study about several ways people disposed of bodies in London, from prehistorical to medieval to I think nowadays. And it does sound like it's gonna, I mean, it is about death, but it does sound like it's gonna be a fun read, because apparently, as it says in the back, there is hidden tunnels and catacombs. The House of Parliament sits on the edge of a former plague pit. St. Paul's is built over human remains. So there is a lot to know about the theme. And I've picked inside. There are illustrations, and really nice ones, if I say so myself. Now, I don't think it's only illustrations, maybe also photos or paintings. But now I'm not finding anything else. Of course not. This book was given to me by someone that on Christmas, and that chose this book for me from a list of books that I wanted. And the only criteria that person had was that they shared the name with the author of the book. So, Kat, I'm gonna read it this November, and I'm gonna let you know what I thought about it. So really, really excited to read this one. The second word is movement. And now, you guys might think that this is a little bit of a stretch for movement, but I don't think so, because if there's someone that moved and like climbed lots and lots of stairs and didn't stop all day were servants. So I want to read this book it was written by Lucy, okay, that's a name, Lucy Lethbridge, I think, and it's called Servants, a downstairs view of a 20th century Britain. So it's from the 90s to 1970s Britain, like all things about servants, really all types of things about it. Also, it has an inset with photos that if I can open, I can maybe show it. Maybe if it opens. See. Very nice. Very nice photos and some illustrations. And this is a topic that I love because, let's be honest, if it's part of England, I probably am interested about. If it's servants, I really want to know about, because there's something oddly special and interesting, well, not oddly interesting, but oddly special about the service and the lives of servants, and I'm just happy that I have an excuse to actually read it instead of being like, oh, I really want, but for some reason I still haven't since I picked up this damn book. Okay, next word is buzz, and for that, this was the word that was hardest to get a book from. But again, this may be a little bit of a stretch. But if there's something, there is always a buzz, for me, is Pyrates. And I think for many people too. So for that word, what I'm gonna read is the General History of Pirates by Captain Johnson. So the Bible of pirate information and all things pirately, basically. There's like the lives of many famous pirates on this book. You can see Jolly Rogers there. Also illustrated, very nice, solid edition. Like, you cannot feel the weight to this, but this is not a very thick book, but it has weight. This paper is like good quality weight. You could throw this to someone and you would do some damage. So, kind of appropriate for a pirate book, if I say so myself. Again, lots of, well, this is a big one. Lots of illustrations. If you guys can see that. Oh, I love this one. This one is even better. Oh, I do love all things boats. I joke and say I like all things boats if the boats are made of wood. When they are not made of wood, I start liking them less and less by the amount of wood that they have in them. I know this is very much one of the things I love. So that's another one, and strangely or not, the other one also has something to do with boats. Two very special boats. And the word is discovery. And I thought, okay, that's perfect, because I have the book Frozen in Time, The Fate of the Franklin Expedition by Owen Beatty and John Geiger. Again, I'm butchering these names, but again, boats made of lots of wood. I know they don't have just wood, but lots of wood. And as you guys know, the Franklin expedition was a very, very unfortunate expedition made to find the Northwest Passage, and it went very, very wrong, and everyone died. End of story, basically. No, of course, not end of story, but this is a book about that expedition with lots of details, and it is something that I legit want to know more about, and I've already read Terror by Dan something. I cannot read the other name. I can read Dan, I cannot read the other name. And of course, even before reading that one, that's a fiction book, I've had already saw some videos and read some snippets about what had happened, but I haven't yet read a book just about it. Now again, I'm really excited. I'm really excited by all of these books, to be fair, because somehow I managed to get things that I really, really love. And with the words, and I know that's the plan, but I'm extra surprised that it happened somehow. Don't ask me how, but I'm just happy, and I really, really wanna read these 4 books. Also, like I told you, I will try to listen and read some other books that I might get from Open Library, so I can listen to them while I work. If you guys know of some books that I might be interested and that might be available on Open Library, keep your suggestions, be it Pyrates, England Service, Dead People, Pagan Books, witches, history, especially of England, as I really, really like England, or United Kingdom, let's say, because I like Ireland, I like Scotland, I like all of the good things. I like all of that little place. And I do have to learn a bit more about the time in the colonies. That's something that I have read a little about. But if you guys have any suggestions, do leave them below, and do share what you guys are planning to read on Nonfiction November. And I managed to kick my laptop, but this is going like this. Bye bye.